Hello everyone, this is Vinay here from Learn Coding with Vinay again, and this will be video number 4 in the video series where we are building employee management system using ASP.NET Core and ChatGPT. Right. So let's dive into this video. In this video, we will be implementing login and logout functionalities. So let's dive into it. Now before we move ahead, with the login and logout functionality, we would be adding one more menu over here that I'll explain what it would be. you know so let me put down one more drop down menu that will have leave, but it will have sub menus also, my leaves and team leaves, right? So basically this leave menu will be accessible to manager and admin because they'll have to approve their team leave as well, and this leave will be a normal employee who is who to whom nobody reports to, right? So this leave option will be for that particular person. Basically this leave will be for employee role and this will be for manager and admin role, right? So just added one more menu. So let me close this, let me save this, and let's move ahead to chat gpt. And this time, rather than explaining you the prompt directly on chat gpt, because it seems not readable over there, so I have kept it over here in a word document, and I'm sharing that word document. We can see it over here. So it's split into two. Yeah. So this time, I thought that I should take, have a prompt in separate window altogether, and we can read it from there. Let me mark this for actually. Yeah. Okay. So what we will be doing is that we will be implementing login and logout functionality, right? Because based on login, we want to store user data into session, and based on logged in users role, we will be displaying those menu. For example, you know the leave menu that we discussed, that will be visible to manager and admin, right? Another one is master data. Master data will only be visible to admin user, right? So basically we will be planning a role based access over here, right? And this prompt I have prepared, you can pause the video and check it out, but as of now I am putting it to the chat gpt, and let's see what does it replies with. Okay. So here we are telling ChatGPT that okay, you help me implementing login logout functionality. First thing. Second thing, based on the login, based on the user logged in, we need to display the menu items accordingly. Right. So these are two things primarily we are doing. And let's see what does it replies. So it has started responding. Let's see what does it come up with. So it is giving us, it is telling us, to create a view model, because login ideally will have only two field, username and password. Generally username can be either email or mobile number. In this case we are taking mobile number. Then we will have the login response in return, that will have id, full name, roll number and role id. Role id is okay, not required, but still we are taking it. Okay. Then it is adding support. So let it generate, let it generate the output. Meanwhile we'll do our work. So create a folder called view model. So let's do that. So I'll go to Visual Studio. Now it is asking us to actually create a separate model, a separate folder altogether, but I'll create it into the view model itself, or let me do it separate only, right? So that it is easy to copy paste the code. Otherwise every time we will have to change the namespaces. Right, so let me add one more folder that will give it a name, view models. In that folder we'll be adding a class, add a class, and we'll take the name from the chat gpt only, so that it is easier to copy paste code. So vm login.cs, let's copy this entire code and let's replace this. So okay, so it might give error, but yeah, data annotation, this namespace will do the thing, right? and let's move ahead. Now it says let's create a login response VM also. So I'll go over here, add again class, add, and let's replace its code. Okay. Now the next thing is add session support in program.cs, right? So we will be adding a session related cookie is configuration into program.cs, right? So let me open program.cs, and where it has added before app.builder. Okay, great. So before app.builder we'll be adding we'll be adding session related stuff, that what will be idle timeout, it will be 30 minutes, then http only, and cookie is essentials, right? So the session will remain up to 30 minutes. That's the key over here, right? Now next it says create the controller called auth controller. Let's say, so what we'll be doing, we'll be going to controller, right click, add controller, and we'll create the empty controller as of now, and I'll replace it with the name auth controller. I'll say add. Okay, so it generated the code, and what I'll be doing, I'll blindly replace the entire code. I'll keep the namespace as it is, right? So this is done. Okay, so what is include, why it is not, maybe we need to include entity framework related stuff. Okay, so it is there. Now we don't have pin. Why we don't have pin, user.pin? Because it has to pin. Okay, then it is giving us the error, then it is giving us the other JSON serializer. It will be system newtons of json.text, or let me see what which one. Now it is not giving, but I think it should be usually system.text.json. Newtons of job is, I think, outdated. So let's, oh, Visual Studio got stopped. So let me pause the video, and let me bring back the Visual Studio, and then we'll resume from there. So let's, we are back. Sorry, my Visual Studio got crashed, so I am resuming from there. Let's say JSON. This must be system.json. Let's see. Yeah, system.text.json. Yeah. Okay. So everything looks good over here. So it has generated code. This will be login view. This will be login post method, right? And this will be logout method. So let's go back to the uh, chat gpt, and this is what the login.cshtml page looks like, right? So let's say, let me click over here, right click, and we'll be adding a view, add view. We'll take blank as of now. So we'll mark this as login.cshtml, enter. Okay, and then we'll go to chat gpt, and let's see what it has given us, right? Okay, so what we'll be doing, we'll just save that. So it has given us a form with two fields and a button, right? Then it has given us, again in the helper we can create a session helper.cs class, so every time we don't have to write it, we are creating a static class called session helper, and whenever user is logged in, we'll try to fetch it from here, and we'll use it everywhere. So let's do it. So let's go to helpers, right click, add class, I will make it, something like this. And I'll just copy this and replace this code, right? And VM login user. Okay. Again, here we will have to take system.text.json. Okay, so this is good. Now we will move to next steps. Modify the underscore layout.cshtml for role based, right? So if a person is logged in, we will have to, uh, display certain menu for certain role only, right? So let's see what he has done. If logged in, then they are displaying, yeah, okay, it has one more, that welcome user also, we'll also have that. Then for admin it is, master data. Yeah, so it is not what we have, but let's use this in our code, and then have it, and then, let's try to mimic it. So what do we want to do? We'll go to layout page, at the top. Let's declare this first. So it will be your app. So here we will say POS EMS, right? Helpers. Yeah, POC. Sorry, it's POC, right? And then we are taking log. We are from the session helper. We are taking the user. So this, the user has not logged in, this would be probably null. If logged in, then this will have some value. Right now, if logged in, then let's see. If logged in, then in that case, see, home will be available for everyone. So here not we are putting it. If logged in, then this every menu, uh, including logout, actually has to be in this, right? So let's take this inside, and let's take that login outside, so that when user is not logged in, we see home and login, right? So everything has to be logged in. Now, even in the logged in, now we have roles, right? So what we will be doing, let's say the role name is admin. So we have, remember, we have admin and owner role. So let's go to the master data. So we want to display this master data menu only when if the user is admin, right? So let me put it within the condition, right? So this is all taken care of, but this is, we have something like this, if I am not wrong, right? Okay. Now let's say if we have, role of admin or manager, right? If the guy is admin or manager, then we would like to, you know have the leave menu with sub menu items, right? Else otherwise we will have just the normal employee leave, right? Save. So I think we are, at this moment we are good. But okay, so log out. So let me, sorry, my bad. Let me go to Visual Studio, and let's put down controller name and method in login and logout link. Over here I'll just copy paste. Over I will just copy paste. Here it would be auth, and here it would be logout. Here it would be again auth, and here it would be login, right? So now this looks good. Okay, the code looks good now. This is good. This is good too. Now let's see. Now, okay, now it is done. Now base practice, use view model to keep input output. Yeah, that's we have done. Keep user session lightweight by storing only what's needed. Yeah, we have only taken few. Centralized session via access. Yes, this is also good. Securely handle sensitive data like pins with encryption decryption. Yeah, we have done that already. Avoid claims cookies identity if app does not need external authentication. Yeah, we don't need external authentication, so we will be just, using normal authentication using a database table called employee, right? So now let's run this and see what is the output. So we have error in the, CSHTML page, it seems. views auth login. Okay, so let's go to login. Okay, so we have over here, but it is, we don't have the using over here, so it should be using poc ems dot view models. Okay, great. Now the error should go away. Let me run it again. Okay, so it again ended up with error. This is probably because in program.cs, let me see, there has to a line of code that says use session, add session, and use session. Okay, this probably we missed. Okay, so let me use this, and let me go to program.cs, and just over here we would add it. So let's see now. Okay, so it came up, we just added, session. And remember, it has to before using using app dot use routing and use dot authorization. This app dot use session line should be before these two, right? So now we have the, application running. Now we don't see much menu, right? Just the home and login, because user is not logged in now. So let's try to log in using one of our user, admin. Okay, so this did not work. Let me see why this menu did not work. So it is auth, and oh, it is index, sorry, my bad. It has to be login. So let's do this again. Okay, so let me actually stop this, and let me rerun this, because it might not pick up the uh, this build. Yeah, so it just came up, and let's say login, and let's see what's happening. Okay, so we are on login page. Let's try the admin number. This one is admin number, and this is Sachin Tendulkar. Password will be 1234. Let me say login, and let's see where it is failing or it is working. So nothing just happened. So let's see what is happening in the background. Let's debug this. We will put down over here. This must be, I think, employee collection as a mandatory field issue. Let's say model state. If we have model state, if model state is invalid, let's see. Sometimes it takes, time to come up. Evaluation is very difficult. Okay, now it is coming up. So we have everything valid, nothing wrong over here. Then what was the issue? Okay, let's move ahead. Okay, so it got over here. It has the user. Let me see if we got the user. Okay, we got the Sachin. Okay, now user has been. Oh no. So chat gpt, okay, it gave us the code that is, directly comparing our hash code with the pin directly. Ideally this pin should also have been hash coded. So let's see. Okay, so let ChatGPT only correct this thing, right? So let me take this. I'll go to ChatGPT. I'll say Control V. Here, here, user dot pin. Here, user dot pin, which is input from the screen, should be encrypted using security class helper. What do you say? What do you say? So let's see what ChatGPT comes up with. So ideally this should have been, using this, uh, this should use this actually, security helper. If this should be security helper dot this, then it should have two parameters. What was the first is the pin, so this is correct, but second one would be over here, user dot salt. Here it should be user dot salt, what we have retrieved over here. So user dot salt. Okay, great. And again this has to be, from our project name dot helpers. So okay, one bracket is opening, two bracket is opening, only one is closing, the one bracket is missing. Right, so if user is equal to null, user and this password are not matching, then we will say invalid credentials. Okay, if matching, then we'll move ahead and then we'll do the next thing. Okay, now let's run this and see. Okay, so let's log in again, let's try login again. So here we will take the admin, which is Sachin Tendulkar. 1234 would be password. Let's say enter and let's debug this again. Okay, let's move ahead. Okay, this time it is not. So it picked up the user, it has generated the session, and let's say F5. Let's see what do we see. Not now. Okay, so we are logged in as a admin, so we could see master data, but we should also have seen this leave with, sub menus. Let's say what's wrong over here. Okay, so I think this is the problem. Yeah, okay, so this is missing owner. So let's say if this refresh back, yeah, so now we see leave with sub menus and master data with sub menu, because this guy is a admin guy. Now let's try to log in with a only manager. Let's say I think this 2 is the manager. Let's say login. Now let me remove this actually. Okay, not now. Now okay, so we are getting only leave, we are not getting master data. So is a this person is a actually a manager guy, right? So let me log out, but login is also appearing once again a problem. So let me say log out, and let's try the third one, 3, and I think over here 3 4 5 6. Let's log in. Not now. Okay, great. So here this is an employee only, so we see only my details, timesheet, leave, salary history, and this we will fit this login and log out thing. We'll see what is happening over there, why it is not displaying properly. So let's check this. So the first big if says that if user is not logged in, user is not null. If user is not null, then we are displaying this, but if null, then we are displaying login. Yeah, so this is correct actually, and also this is by default. uh, that's the problem. So over here it has to be else, this should be in else. Okay, let me save this and see if this is working. So it got refreshed immediately. Okay, now we see only logout. So let's say logout, let's say try again the admin user, and let's see what is happening. 1 2 3 4 login. Okay, great. Now we have only logout, we have master data, we have leave. Okay, so now menu seems to be working fine, but now let's test the login page again. Let's say login. Okay, it is giving the mobile number is required and pin field is required. Let me give just lesser number, and then let me give this. Perfect. Let me go this. Then it says invalid 10, put down and 10 digit number only. So this is good. Now let me use the correct username but wrong password. Let's say what is happening. Okay, so it is actually throwing an error, but we are not displaying it over here, that invalid credentials, right? If we go ahead and debug the issue, we should go to auth controller. Okay, if we go ahead and debug the issue over here, let's say I have put down the wrong password. So over here it goes to model, it goes to over here, it goes over here, and from here, see, we are adding the error, but it is not, since invalid credential is not particularly attached with either one of the field, either username or password. It is associated with some blank field. Ideally this should have one column name, so there it will display the error. But since this is a inputs were provided but they were wrong input, there was not correct credentials, right? So in that case what we should be doing is, let me move ahead over here, and let's do this. We are adding the error, that's okay, but at the same time what we should be doing, we should be using, let's say, view back dot error, and we'll be assigning this to, right, view back dot error, and in case we are success, then it would be view back dot error is equal to string dot empty, right? So over here let me do this, and on the login page, okay, so stop debugging, let me say stop debugging. Let me go over here and let me just above the, I'll just say paragraph, and I will say view at the rate view back dot error, right? So let's say what will happen now. Okay, so we are on the login page now. Let me click login, and then let me use the wrong password again and see what will happen this time. So just I'll say F5 and see, we'll see the what is happening over here. So it says invalid credential. Okay, so it displayed the message but in black color. Ideally error should be displayed in red. So we'll just add a class saying that text hyphen dan danger, right? So let's see if this works. So let me remove this. Okay, so now this is good. Now if I enter the correct one, let's see if it goes ahead and logs in. Okay, so we are logged in. Now let me say log out. Now the point over here is, chat GPT at this moment, even after writing so much clear prompt, it misses many things, and we can't blindly trust it, right? A lot of things we need to improve. And now, for example, even you see the design, right? The login, this login page, you know looks very flat. So let's request ChatGPT itself to redesign the login page. Can you please redesign login view with a nice bootstrap card? Redesign with a nice bootstrap card. Let me correct a typo over here. Now let's see what it does. Now, okay, now it has given us the title also. If you are, we are missing the title, we are on the login page, but see over here we are missing the title, right? So, and let's see if we have it in code, it will be missing, right? So it's not there. So what we will be doing, we'll take this, right, we'll add it over here, and we will take this partial view is not required, right, and I'll just remove this and copy paste this. And okay, sorry, my bad, let me copy paste this here, because we would need this might be missing in his code, right, just before over here. Hmm. Okay, so now it has given us, now let's say what, now let's say how login will look like now. Let's see. Okay, so it nice push to the center. Now we have, number over here, and it is saying also that the login is strictly for registered employee only. Let's try this. You know, let's try to log in again with our admin user Sachin Tendulkar. 1 2 3 4. Yeah. So now it is working. Now one thing missing over here, that okay, before just login we also want to have a menu that displays username. So let's do that. So as soon as you as long as you work with this chat gpt, it will become smarter and smarter and smarter, and it will always give you better and better output. So let's display username with a welcome text ahead, like welcome user in the menu itself, just before logout menu. So let's say what code it gives us. We will just have to copy paste it. So it is requesting us to inject, but I think inject is not good. We already have over here. We already have taken this logged in user, right? So what we will be doing, we will be just taking this and we'll make it as a part of, just before logout we'll have this, and instead of this username we will have at the rate logged in user dot, let's say it's full name, because we have it as full name over here. Now let's save it and let's see the output. Okay, so it is coming up, welcome Sachin, but success in there it should be white, right? So that's good. Now it looks good. Now, no, so we are kind of done over here with the login functionality. Right. So we tried to generate the code from ChatGPT itself, but we perhaps we are not giving it a proper prompt, and some of the things missed by ChatGPT also. Right. But you can see we are not having any hesitation. If something is wrong given, if we give it to the ChatGPT again, it corrects it and comes up with the better one, right? So that's why it is going really nice. Otherwise, ideally, even to achieve this what we have done in this 4 video, it could have take 1 or 2 more days. We just did it in one day, right? Even I'll say less than a one day, right? So let's log out, and let me pause this video, let me stop this video now, because we will move to the next video, and next video would be the CRUD operation of employees, right? Now that is the heart of our application, right? And we will see it, and how chat gpt can help us over here, because that has a complicated screen as well, right? So let's meet in the next video. Thanks a lot guys for watching this video.